been an exciting day. Okay, I've never done this before. And if you guys know me, right? If you've been following me, you know that I've never done this before. To just talk about one thing. Yeah, that's not like me. Guess what I'm going to talk about? That's right. Star Wars. Hey everyone, this is PX Mr. Collector. Welcome to my channel. Yeah, episode 24. Okay, so this is the first time I've done this where I'm only going to talk about one thing. Yeah, that's a big one for me. I got to talk just about Star Wars today. Only Star Wars. So, it's been an exciting day. It has been an exciting day. You know, I was cracking up earlier because you know, I got up today and I tuned in and I'm sorry, but I almost found it ridiculous how many people that well, let me rephrase that. How many guys really that had to rush to make the announcements. You name them, they were all there. One guy even's like, "Oh, before I go to work, I gotta post this," right? It's like, and it's great that you're so excited about it, but it almost felt to me like it was a race to see who got there first. Whatever. But anyway, I'm not a Debbie Downer, I promise. I am just as excited as everybody else is. And I gotta say, there was some really exciting developments. Okay, well, first of all, I wish I had the time to sit with the Sideshow announcements and their programming all day. I'm sorry, but I'm sure like many of us, I've got a life. And I wish I could sit there and get every promo code. I just don't have the time to do that 5 days a week. I mean, I just can't. But for those of you who can and are enjoying it, good for you. So I gotta say, I was really taken aback by some of the figures that are announced, but I'm also more excited about figures that are supposed to be coming soon. And I don't know if that means that they're coming today, right? Or are they coming this week? What exactly does that mean? Because there's a couple there that I'm more excited about than the ones that were announced today, or yesterday, I should say. All right, so let's go through some stuff. Yeah. Now, first of all, you notice I'm in a new, different setup. Yeah, I finally put my IKEA cabinets together, and if you notice, they're not detops. So for you collectors out there, there's a different option. And my prior episode, episode 23. Yeah, this is episode 24. That's right. So episode 23, I did a quick video on my collectibles for my Facebook page because it was Star Wars Day and there was no way that I could not do a video on just that for my Facebook fan base. So That's why I did it quickly. It wasn't really detailed. You know, they just get a kick out of you know, what I have, but they're not really geeks like we are. Even though there might be one or two, but I'm definitely will put in a link on that on how to get to this channel. With that said, I will be doing another video on my collection, on my Star Wars collection alone, and so that I can talk about details about that and tell you what I have here and what I have at my other location. So I think that I'm gonna have to get to the point where I keep one of the collections, for example, the Star Wars collection, all together in one place. And then with my Avengers and superheroes, I might have to keep the whole collection in a different location just because the collection is just growing to a point where I might not be able to contain both of those sections in one place, plus the other collectibles that I have. Like, you know, like right now I'm working on some other stuff, and anyway, we'll get into that later, but right now I want to talk about Star Wars. So yeah, so with that said, yeah. Okay, so let's talk about the list of figures announced yesterday, May 4th, right? May the force be with you. Yeah, that. So here are my notes. There's some more notes. That's just for today, right? You're only talking about Star Wars. So with that said, the Mandalorian and the Blurg. I think that's how you say Blurg, right? Okay, I missed the first turn. I didn't even know it existed. And it seems like this is the second run on it. And I am so glad because I think it's a really cool beast. I think it's fantastic. I love the saddle on there. I love his eyes. I love his teeth. It has articulated arms. And it's pretty cool rock base. So I'm totally digging that. So I noticed that there was two options. You could get it with Mandalorian and the Berg, or you could get or Blurg, or you could get it with the just the Blurg itself, right, without the Mandalorian. It's so funny though. You know, I posted the video of my Star Wars collection, and I'm already getting comments on it. So thank you guys. I appreciate that. So I had to do a comparison because on the Mandalorian, because the set is $555. That's a lot of money, and you know, on itself is doable. But the thing is that I think we want just about everything that was announced. So then you got to get smart about it, right? So by now, I am sure that a lot of us collectors, we have a Mandalorian. I have the first one that came out, and I got him months and months and months ago. Now I'm waiting for my Mandalorian and child, so that's two. I don't think I need a third. I don't think I need a third, even though when I tell you what's coming up later, I may end up with a third anyway. So I definitely don't need four, right? So then I took the Mandalorian by himself and I did compare them to the other Mandalorians that have been out. And I gotta tell you, there's not much difference. There really isn't that much difference. For one, you know, there's a difference between the plate being one is silver and then the other one is copper. That's not much of a difference. And then the belt, the utility belt, there's certain things on one that the other one doesn't have. But is it going to be enough for you to notice it? I really don't think so. Now, the only one that was different for me was the one that came with the jetpack. And that was really cool. But there were two other ones that came with the cape. So this one also has the cape. So those are the two that I compared. And the only thing that I said was like the difference in the color on the plate. No big deal. So something to consider. For those of you who do not have any of the Mandalorians, this might be a good deal for you. So, right, so that's at 555 versus if you just get the blurred by itself, it is 315. That's a big difference. That's a big difference. So the blurg itself, it it's interesting because they included in the description. It's a female that she devours the male um, during mating season. I think that's hilarious because I think they should articulate that. Too funny, right? Too funny. So I went ahead and ordered my blurg. Yeah, I knew that I was going to get them, so I had a promo code. I went ahead and used it for it, so therefore I got a nice little $25 discount, right? So that helps. It doesn't come out until April, June of 22. So they say, right? So that gives you some time that you don't have to worry about making payments on it. So that's a suggestion that if you want to go ahead and get it and start saving aside for it, that may be a good thing so that when the payments start, you're ready to go. So yeah, so that was that was a pretty cool figure, and I like the Mandalorian on it. It was a really great impact. But like I said, I have two Mandalorians that I could put either one on there, and I think it'll be really cool. As long, and also you can put any figure up there, right? So that's a really cool thing. I really love the saddle. I think that is great. Then the other figure that I saw was the Echo. And I gotta tell you, without knowing anything about the Bad Batch animation series, I have no concept of that whatsoever. Didn't hear anything, but I definitely will be looking into it now. I think he is the coolest thing. I think that the figure is amazing. I did a little bit of reading up on him and the fact that he's got the socket arm. I think it's the right arm. Yeah, the right arm. The way it extends out, and they have quite a few attachments that are, I think there are like 3 different attachments for the right arm. That is sweet, sweet, sweet. And for $285, you get a lot for this figure. Yeah, because you get 2 interchangeable head sculpts, right? The mechanical right arms, the military backpack, the blaster, and he's got cybernetic implants, which I think are really cool. Um, but the one thing that I noticed was that there's no payment plan option for him as of yet. So they're saying, that you can put your deposit and then you don't have to pay until it's ready to be shipped. But I have a feeling that they're going to be adding a payment plan to it. So I didn't put that one on the order yet because I want to make sure that I want to see if there is an option as far as a payment plan or not. So we will see. I know that I've ordered from them before where they take your deposit and then they will let you know when the figure is going to come out and then they charge you the whole thing. But I know for some people that are on a budget, that's a shock to the system. So I'm going to wait on that. So that one is for about $285 and it comes out April, June of 2022. Once again, you have some time to save some money on that until you're able to pay for it. So that's the thought. Okay. Then, so that the blurg and then the Mandalorian the blurg, that's 3 figures, 3 options with the Echo. And then number 3 that I got here is actually number 4. Is Grogu. Yeah, so I'm a little torn about that. Well, first of all, at 145, is it too much or is it a pretty good deal? So I started looking. I started, reading about what it comes with, and at first I thought it was just Grogu and his basin, right? His crib, and but I gotta say, when I started reading up on it, it comes with quite a few accessories. So for one, the two Grogus that you get, Grogu in the sitting Grogu, which also has a magnet to it. So I guess where if you put him in the basin, he will stick to it because the basin, the crib, or the pod, it I think they call it a pram. It comes with it's metallic, so that's really where I was like, oh well, if it's metallic, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool because that means that if he's magnetic, that makes total sense. So that he attaches easily. Also, he there's a different Grogu that is the one with the blanket wrapped, and he seems like he's a little smaller. So that's a pretty cool option. Then the storage box, which I thought was pretty cool because that's such a iconic image of the series. And then the loft cat, creepy looking but kind of cool, alien kind of cat. So right, he was a big part of the series as well. And then the Sorgan frog, which the only thing is like I wonder if he could actually grab the frog. I didn't see any photos on that. But if that's possible, that'd be a cool thing because I believe he ate the frog. Um, so yeah, so it comes to see. So there's a Grogu in the blanket, Grogu sitting, who's magnetic, the storage box, the metallic hover pram, and with cover and blanket. Right, so the fact that the cover works, and then there's a blanket in there. Now the blanket, I wasn't sure. Oh wait, I was gonna say I wasn't sure you could remove it, but I saw a picture of the pram itself, and it didn't have the blanket in it, so I'm pretty sure that you could remove the blanket. I just didn't know whether it was something different, like cloth wise. So that's I think that's the way it is. Then so that's one, two, three, four, five. The slug has a six. The frog is seven, and then two stands. Yeah, two stands for the prams. So I think that for 145, that may be a good deal. So yeah, something to think about. And that comes out in January, March of 2022. So something to think about. Oh, you know what? I don't know if you guys noticed, but in the pictures of Echo, he's like right beside this guy who's like it's like I call him the Rambo friend, right, with the longer hair and the Rambo bandana on. So I'm wondering if that's going to be another figure that's going to be introduced, right? So yeah, because he was in the promo picture, so yeah, I'm wondering about that, right? That may be something to see. Okay, then number four is the Stormtrooper Commander. I gotta tell you, it's 220, and he doesn't come with much. He really doesn't, but then again, we know that, right? Most of the Stormtroopers do not come with much. But it's sometimes that slight look that makes him look really cool. And when you get in the army of Stormtroopers, it's a nice look. But I love, 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 love the orange pauldron. Yeah, that's very great, smooth color. And I believe that one that is coming out in the future is another Stormtrooper that in this picture, in the promo picture, it looks like it was yellow, but in the prior pictures, it looked like it was orange. So I'm not sure which one is the one that's coming out. But that one is the Stormtrooper Commander's coming out October, December of this year. Right? And there's not that much difference in the bodies. The belt may be different, and the shoulder thing may be different, and sometimes the helmet got a couple of different things, so I think they'll be able to easily crank that out. I mean, they got that formula down, that's for sure. So that's exciting, and these are just 6 scale figures. When I went into the site to see what other new stuff is coming out, there's a lot of amazing stuff for Star Wars. Everything from like figurines to statues. You know, um, you know, all kinds of stuff. But I gotta say, I keep myself in check because I was thinking like, what about that person that because I've seen them, the guys that just collect Star Wars and they got just about everything. Like there's one guy that has like a museum. That's a lot of new Star Wars stuff that is out on the Sideshow website. A lot. And and a lot of like new stuff. It's not even like talking about the old stuff. It's like new stuff just came out. And then and even some of the statues that are life size. You're talking about $2,500 or so plus. That's a nice investment. But I saw oh my God, what is it? Zachary, King Zachary, right? Yeah, and in his home, he has one of those stormtrooper statues, life size. It looked pretty cool. It looked pretty cool. So for people who are into that, get ready to spend some money. Yeah, it's a little crazy, crazy. So so I also placed the order for the Stormtrooper Commander because I really, really like it. I think it is a pretty darn cool. So let's talk about the ones that are coming soon. Now, when they say coming soon, like I said, I don't know, because the week just started and they got, Sideshow's got stuff up his sleeve. Oh, yeah. So with that said, I don't know if this coming soon stuff is like a tease for this week. So let's hope. So one that I saw is the Hunter. He looks pretty darn cool. The other one, which I cannot wait, I think we pronounce it Quill. Oh, I am so excited because I freaking love that figure. I think the character is really, really cool, and Quill actually on the blurb. That's a pretty cool look. And for the you're following the Mandalorian series. Remember that he went on the blurb, had one, and then the Mando had another. So you might want to get two if you want to do that setup, because I think he belongs on that blurb. So I know, I'm just putting it out there, and then this is where I say that I might end up with 3 Mandalorians because the Mandalorian, the swoop bike, the swoop, it's not separate. It's a set. So yeah, that's why I'm like, "Grr." So I think that's a must. That's a must. That was a big iconic part of the series. So I think it's gotta happen. And then there are 2 figures from the Clone Wars animation series, Obi-Wan Kenobi and Anakin Skywalker. So the figures themselves look just like the figures of the characters of the series. But that's my issue with it, that they do look like cartoons, right? And they are supposed to be cartoons, but because of that, I do not really collect cartoon figures like that. They're just a little too, well I say, bubblegum. So not really my thing. And they seem a little too plastic for me. So for those of you who are into getting all that stuff, great for you. But as for me, I think I'm definitely gonna pass on that, especially since they also announced that coming soon is another Obi-Wan Kenobi who I really like. So I think I'm gonna concentrate on that one. And then, so that is as far as what's coming up soon. I'm really excited to find out what other announcements they have, to see what other surprises are in store. I was able to get a couple of reward points, but nothing to write home about, but it's always, if you have the time, it is exciting and to hear them. Also, for me, I don't know about you guys, but sometimes, when I watch that, it's like I wanted to get down to business. Like, give me the information. But there's a lot of giggling going on, and I'm not sure about you guys, but it's not my cup of tea, because there's just too much of it, and it's a long show, and everything is like so it gets under my skin a little bit. Where sometimes I wish they would just, I could understand about having fun, but sometimes I'm like, okay, there's a certain way that you could still have fun and be smart about it. I said it. I said it. Am I in trouble? So, guys, tomorrow, finally, my heavy infantry Mandalorian is arriving. And the timing is so perfect because when I show you, if you notice on my video, my prior video where I was showing you my Star Wars collection, one thing that I'm really digging is that I have space. I have space for the new stuff that's coming in. So on one shelf, I only have like one figure in many of the shelves. So I could fit easily 3 figures, maybe 4 on each shelf. So I'm really, really stoked that Mando, the heavy infantry Mandalorian, is gonna have his space. And these cabinets that I got, the bottom, like the ones like even behind me, the very bottom shelf is metal. So, like with my Iron Man die cast, which is, you can't see him, but he's directly behind me. He is heavy as heck, and I was really afraid of putting him on glass along with other figures because, oh my God, can you imagine? I mean, oof, if that were to break, right? So with that, I put up these cases that I got. The bottom is base on all of them is metal, so it's fantastic for the heavier figures. So I think the heavy infantry Mandalorian, when he comes in, that's what he's going to go on, the metal, not the glass, because I understand that he's pretty weighty as well. So that is really, really cool. And then I wanted to show you. Let's see. Maybe not. Oh, here. Hold on a second. I want to show you something that. I think I mentioned to you guys before about these lights that I got. I didn't get them from IKEA. I actually got them from Amazon. But my issue is with these lights is all the work. First of all the work that it takes to put these freaking cabinets together. But on top of that, all the work that it takes to do the wiring and getting a plug for it and making it look clean. And I'm more into a clean look than be able to see wires, and that bugs me. So with that said, as a matter of fact, you can see behind me on this side, there's a wire hanging on the side, and that's from a track light, which I actually am going to put it along the edge of the wall, the corner right there, and put a cover strip on there so that it stays nice and clean. So that's definitely a project that I got to do. But as it is, that's exactly what it is. It's another freaking project. And I'm project out. I'm project out. But I gotta say that once all of it's together, it's a pretty cool feeling, and I'm really digging that. But one thing that I'm loving is this. Let's see if I can do it. Yeah, see? So, yeah, so I'm putting lights remote on all of the shelves. And as you can see, it gets pretty bright. And I really love that. Love, love, love that. So if you're interested about those lights, let me know and I'll tell you how to get them and where to get them and how inexpensive they are and how amazing they are, because they come with different brightness and there's a timer on them as well. So, it saves on the battery. So they're all battery operated, but I can tell you I've had them for months and I've had no issues whatsoever. So I'm loving those. So yeah, so with that said, my friends, I am going to be signing off today. I will talk to you tomorrow, because I can't wait to see what else is new. Yeah, and like I said, I've never done just one subject before, so this was pretty cool. In my next video, I'll either talk more about Star Wars alone, or I'll talk to you about some other stuff that I got going on. All right, so keep collecting, have fun, enjoy Star Wars week, and I will talk to you mañana. All right, guys, take care.